And welcome back to Tony's Board Life. Today we are going to start a campaign of the Western Front Ace, the Great War in the Air, 1916 to 1918, designed by Gregory and Smith and Ian Cooper, published by Compass Games. And this is a solitaire game. This would be considered a narrative-driven game. You are a pilot of a World War One fighter, and we're going to be going through the missions and things like that. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to get started from the beginning. So basically, the first thing we want to do is we want to find out where we're going. Now, you can choose, but I like a little bit of randomness in my games. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this chart right here. We're going to roll this nice D20 they gave us. So we're going to go ahead and roll and find out where we're going to start. Okay, so we are 16. So we are going to be the Germans, Metz Freschi, and we're going to go from the start. Okay, so let me go ahead and get that set up. I'll get the German aircraft and we'll go from there. All right, here is a map of the Western Front here. And what we're going to do is, so our base is right here. So we're going to go ahead and place our base right there. And we've put in our base here for the Allies side. Okay. Now that we have our bases and everything set up, we're going to need to get our name. Now we can make up our own, but I'm okay with just using the charts that they have here to help us out with the names. Oh, here it is, German pilot. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to give our given name and then our surname. So first one, so we are going to be 5 and a 1. So we're going to be Max. By the way, I'm using the updated sheets that you can get off. I kind of like them better. So we are Max, and our surname is 15 Billick. Max Billick. And the other one is our squadron assignments. So we're going to be starting here. So let's see here. Oh, we're going to be the St. Mitchell. Yep. So we'll be far apart. We'll be a Prussian, just because that does make sense. Prussian. Okay. All right, that's set up. So now I'm going to get a few things. I get to choose my plane. Unlike the Allied, I'm not assigned a plane depending on where I'm at. I actually get to go through and choose a plane. I'm starting from the beginning, so I get to choose something from where it says at start. There aren't too many of them here at start. Yep, I think it's just those two. Yep, it's just these two. So I'll take a look at these two and figure out which one I'm going to start with. So my choice is one of these because I have no prestige, so I can use these start. See, these right here requires prestige 1 and requires prestige 2. I have no prestige at this point, so it's going to be one of these two: the Haberstadt D2 and the Albatross D1. Couple of things. This has a 4 to 3 fighting, or fighting power of 3. This one has a fighting power of 4. I think this Albatross D1 is a little bit better to start off with. Looks like the damage is the same. This one has a little bit better speed and agility rating, so the initiative. So I think we're going to end up going with this. So we're going to put this right here, and then what will end up happening is I'll be placing whoever they're going against is, or actually I'm going to place this right here. I'll zoom out and stuff like that so it's better. But then we'll place the either, it looks like French or American. So in this one tells me it's French or American, so I've got to pull those out and have those ready to go. And I have my combat cards right here. So we're going to go ahead there. And yeah, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to get a few more things set up, and then we're going to get started with, we have a few more things we're going to get going on, but I'll get those taken care of. All right, now that we've got our pilot set up, we've got our plane chosen and everything that's supposed to be there. There's a few things, but I'm not too worried about it right now. So we have to go to flight school. So the first thing, we have our training for flight school, so gunnery. So we're going to flip this. On the 2 column powers, 4, 5, or 6, we get a gunnery -1. So let's go ahead and take a look. So first one, and what I'm looking for is right here. It should be a 4, 5, or DE, so that's not it. Close. And then our final one, nope, so we don't get that gunnery. So this basically would have made it easier to buy the gunnery skill. So flight training. So we're going to roll 2d6 here. And we'll take a look here. Flight marker. So let's go ahead. We're going to roll it. So that one's a little cockeyed, but that's a 1. So that's a 4. On a roll of 9 to 12 is a success. So that's not it. Doesn't matter. Wasn't even going to close. Now landing, we're going to roll 3 times on the B7 chart, which is right here. And we get a +2. So as long as we don't get an 11 or 12, we will get the landing skill. So that's a good one. That's a good one. And one more. That's a good one. So we do get the landing skill. So let me go ahead and, so we've got the landing skill right here. So we will put this on our landing skill right there. Okay. Now we get to choose, where did that, okay. So now we get to choose one of these. So we can do physical, which gives me a stamina, which changes on receiving a KA or SAW result. The KOA is graded down to a serious wound, and the serious wound is downgraded to the W wound. I know this game is pretty wicked, so I'm going to go ahead and take that stamina. Now, I could have did extra study time to gain an extra experience point, or carousing to get a prestige point. I don't really care on that one. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to put our stamina right here, so that way if I do get injured, I can get downgraded. Now, last thing I need to do is I need to give myself 1 experience point. There we go. So we got 1 experience point right now. Prestige level's at 0. So basically we've got this set up. So now all we're going to start doing is we're going to start moving along the lines here. So let's see. I did forget to put my endurance marker. And then current location. Actually, we don't need to worry about this. We're going to go right here. So now I am not allied. So all are going to be in this category or this category right here when we do our encounter. And then I'm going to be pulling from the French fighters here for that. So I think what we'll do is we'll do that. And well, let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and get started and see what happens. Okay, first thing we need to do is we need to, and I'll get a rhythm here. 1916, so we're going to need to get a mission here. So let's go ahead. Let's take a look. So 5, our mission is an offensive patrol. Now, what is an offensive patrol? So here's the counter for an offensive patrol. And it lists right down here. Offensive patrol must at least travel to the enemy territory, or if I get engaged. So since I'm starting here, enemy territory is going to go right here. So that's the offensive. Now, so we've got our mission. It's either a success if I make it there, or if I engage in a if I engage in a weapon, or not a weapon, a combat. If I engage a fighter. So let's go ahead and let's get started. So we move our endurance to the takeoff. I go from the hangar here. I like to use that one there. And then also I do have another current location, so that way if I get pulled, it'll work out. So first thing we do, we got a roll for takeoff, which will be in here in the enemy friendly lines. Again, this one is just for allied only. So here we go. We're going to roll. We get a 5. Ooh, so we get a fighter. Now the double S just means no encounter in Italy, but we're not in Italy, we're in here. So now what we need to do is we need to roll on this one to find out what the aircraft is. So that'll be a 4, so it'll be a Newport 23. So let me go ahead and get that Newport 23 up here. All right, so I got this Newport 23. What we got to do, and I forgot to do this with mine, I forgot to put my ammo here. 2, 2, and 2. So I forgot to put my ammo here. And then he also gets ammo as well. So he's going to get 3 of these ammo markers because he gets 6 ammos as well. And ammo. So right now, as of right now, this sortie counts as an experience. So it will be done. So it is a success in this case because unless it's a balloon buster or line or what's the other one? I'll think of it here in a second. Oh yeah, if it's not a line patrol, ground attack, balloon buster or ground attack. As long as you engage, you are fine. Okay. So we've got this all set up now. Not too bad. He has a little bit on me. I have a little bit more power than he does, firepower. So we were all set. So now what we need to do is we need to find out how they're going to attack. Which is right here. So we go to the B1 here, and we're going to find out. So here's this one, and then I need to go get the Newport 23. All right, got the Newport 23 right here. So let's find out our starting orientation. 10. Enemy starts advantaged. Well, that's not good, so that makes it bad for me. So then, now, we go ahead. So we've got this set up. Now, I'll do my defensive first. So I could use the standard or I could go on the turns. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a tight turn because I have a, nope, I don't have the rotary. So I'm going to do this, but it's simultaneous. So he fired at me. He has a, oh, that's not good. He has a firepower of 3. And so we look, and so I have 5 possible hits. What a way to start this out. Okay, so then what we do, this is very similar to the Hunters, where you have a chart here for fighter damage, or in this Hunters, it's submarine damage. So first one, I go here. We've got 43. So 43 is rear guns. I don't have any rear guns, so that's okay. This will be 2. 66 is a fuel tank. Now, fuel tanks are not good, so I grab a damage here, and I put it on my fuel tank. And then what I get to do is then I have to roll on fire. So I roll 2d6. It's a 7, so it's just a leak. So I just have a fuel leak. So that was 2 hits. Or was that 3 hits? That was 2 hits. So this will be 3 hits. 62 is the starboard strut. So these can take some damage. Depending on what it is, you can take some damage. Okay. That's 3, 4. Oh. We'll just re-roll the white. 66. Fuel tank. Okay. This is not good. So, emergency landing. So he gets me already. Oh, great. So he hit the fuel tank, and so basically it requires an emergency landing. Where is the landing? Okay. Where is my emergency landing? Oh, here we go. So I do have a landing skill, so that's -1. No controls hit. It is emergency land, so that's a +1, so that equals that out. I'm not under no man's land, not a serious wound, no damage gear. Everything else, I do have to roll for weather here for this. So the weather chart's right here. 6, so it's good weather. So that's good. So we don't have to worry about any modifiers on that one. And so it's going to be basically, it is emergency landing. Yeah, so it's a straight roll, which would actually mean, yeah, okay. There we go. So that's a 6. So that's a safely, because of where I'm at, because I was right here in my area, I'm all set. All right, I just had to make sure that that was okay. And yes, that was fine because I wasn't in either no man's land, but I was in friendly territory. I did survive. I do have to take, oh, you know what? I forgot to roll. I forgot one roll. You're supposed to roll for how many you're supposed to hit, how many you're supposed to take, how many missions. So it's 1d6 missions. So in this case, I had one mission. So for September, I had one mission. And yes, that was considered a success because I did engage. But with an emergency landing, even if he lands successfully, he'll miss the next sortie combat patrol as he travels back to his normal base. Okay, so I landed successfully. Because I wasn't at the base, I was someplace over near it, so I'm going to miss my next sortie. But I only had one for this month, so so fuel tank was hit. E-landing, it was successful. Okay, so now I'm going to automatically miss one here, the next one. So we are now into October. So that'll be 2. So basically, I'm only going to get one here in October as well. Okay, so let me reset and we'll get into that one. All right, we're still in 1916, so we're going to go ahead and roll. The one mission we have is, again, an offensive patrol. We just had that. So same situation. We're going to go here. We're going to move to the takeoff box. Didn't change much. And we are going to now see if we have any. So again, we're right here. What do we get? 5. So we do have another fighter. Okay. And that fighter is going to be, I don't know why I have this on the wrong side. 5, it is going to be a Spade 7. Oh wait, no, we're up here. Still, it's a Spade 7. So let me go ahead and get the Spade 7 out. All right, so I've got the Spade 7 set up here. I have not rolled. I have not rolled for starting orientation yet. I still need to do that. So we're going to go ahead and roll. We get an 8. An 8 is head on, so I've got it set up for head on. Right. So with the head on for combat, we will need to do a few things. All right. So basically, in this case, I'll go first here. So I have a firepower of 4, and he has so that gives me 2 hits. So that's my card. He, since he's facing me, is also going to fire. He has a firepower of 3, and he also gets 2 hits. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to do, again, these are simultaneous. So we got 2 hits here. So we're going to look at the damage chart here. So we'll do mine. So first one here is 12, which is a port strut. Nope. Got to take these off. So we'll just move this one over here. Port strut, and the second one is 33, and another port strut. That's not so good. Okay, now he gets 2. So let's go ahead. 44 is canvas, which is nothing. And then the next one is 64, which is forward weapons. Oh, that's nice. So his forward weapons, which there's only one here, is inoperable. So his forward weapons, we took out his forward weapons, so he can't go for us. So these are done. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to roll for differentials here. We're going to roll for initiative. So he's got 12 and I've got a 12. So the black dice will be the spade and the white dice will be mine. So here we go. 2 and 2, so it's tied. So there's no change. He is going to have to do the defensive, although we'll see what happens here. So his defensive is improve 1 and 2 if rotary. It is not rotary. So here's this one, and then I do get 4 hits on him. Nice. So I will get 4 hits on him. That was his defensive. So he does this, and now he'll try to escape, try to disengage with this. But first, I get my 4 hits. So let's go for this. First one. 54 is the landing gear. That does not help me so much. Landing gear. Second one is 11, which is a crew injury. So crew injuries here. So only if it's a pilot does it go. And it is the pilot. So now roll 1d6 to find out severity. If I roll the 6, oh yes, got him. So it's a KIA. So if it's a pilot, not game ends. So basically, it's a shot down. So I shot him down. So I get a victory on this one right here. So I get 1 shot down. So that's awesome. So we do this. Spade 7. All right. Now, okay, so we are no longer, he's done. I killed him, so he's gone. Okay, so now he is back here. We can take the current location marker off, so because he's right here. Now, do we want to try to continue on? It's hard to tell. And as I'm cleaning this up, this would be a successful mission because I engaged. Not only that, I got a plane shot down. So I think what I'll end up doing is I'll head back, and I do have damage on mine, so I will head back to land my plane. Okay. Okay, so I do have a -1 landing skill. No, okay, so yeah, I can't get above a 12, so it's a safe landing, so we are good to go there. So he lands. That is the end of October, and that was a success. So, okay, let's go ahead. Let's move on to November. Okay, we'll move on to November. So 1 die roll to see how many we get. Come on, 2. So I'll get 2 sorties this mission. And okay, so let's find out what mission we are going to go on to. We're still in 1916. Let's see here. So that'll be 4. So we have a line patrol. So we don't have this one. So line patrol. A line patrol is the first time we've had this. Must at least travel to no man's land. So that's right there. So that's where we need to head. Okay, endurance box. We haven't even got out of the takeoff box because we keep running into into people, into things. So okay, so here we go. Enemy lines. Takeoff box. Yep. Here we go. 6. Nothing. Oh, so we actually do move this time. So we do have to move the increase. There we go. Okay, still in enemy lines here. So we're going to go ahead and roll. And we got a 7, which is nothing. So then we go to no man's land. So we are over no man's land. My endurance goes up. Go over no man's land. Okay, so now we're going to go from this category, which is a 5, which we do get a fighter. Okay, so now let's see what fighter we get. This will be a 6, and I forgot to take off my damage because we are on a totally different one. Okay, 6. Right here, because we're still in 1916, is a Newport 21. Well, let me get the Newport 21 set up, and we can go from there. Okay, the Newport 21 set up. It's basically speed and agility is the same. It does only have a firepower of 3 instead of 4, so we're good to go there. I keep missing the ammo, but that's okay. This time it hasn't caused a problem yet. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and roll here. So a 5 for direction. Ooh. Okay, player starts advantaged. So that's really good. So we're going to go there. Now, we are going to do we get to go first on this one and to see how it goes. Okay. So basically, oh, 3 plus a casualty. Nice. Okay. So 3 hits plus a casualty. Now, what happens here? Split S, avoid 1 hit and ends encounter. Okay. So let's see what happens here with this 3 hits plus the C. All right. With that one, of course, we do not hit 1. So I got to flip this over to 1 so I don't forget, because I do have to make it back. Okay, so then we get 2 hits here. 55, which is a canvas hit, and 35, which is a port strut. Well, the encounter is going to end anyways, but we do have to do a crew injury to see what happens. It is an 8, and 8 is an observer, so it's treated as no effect. So we are all set there. This ends this one. Unfortunately, we didn't get to destroy it. So then we take our albatross and we move to the enemy friendly lines again. And we roll to see if we get another one. 7, that's nope. And then we are now back to above the takeoff. 7, that's nothing again. And landing, I have no damage, so that is not a problem. So basically, we will mark here. We have we made a successful one. I could have used my points, by the way, to buy something right afterwards, but I'm going to save them. Well, at least that's what I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to acknowledge that I forgot. I'm going to save them points. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll get the Newport cleared off here. You never know, we might need it again. Can be nice. That seems like a good one. Okay, and I think after each month I was supposed to shuffle, but that's okay. We've only had 2 missions. This will be the last one, and then I'll shuffle them before that. So let's go ahead. Last mission for November here that we are going to do. 5, an offensive patrol. So back to the offensive patrol. So the offensive patrol is going to go right there. And we are going to go back to takeoff for our endurance. And we are going to go ahead and get started here with our first one. So we're going to roll here. What do we got? 7. That's nothing. So we will move. Ooh, let's have the plane face the right way. Okay. Again, no man's land here. 10. Nothing. Okay. Then we are over no man's land here. 8. Ooh, we did get a fighter. Okay. So now which fighter is it going to be? We're going to roll on this group right here. 7 is the spade 7, which we have already had. So let me go ahead and get that set up. All right, here we go. So we've got the setup. So now all I need to do is roll on the starting location, starting orientation. Low is good. 8 is head on. So we're both going to be attacking each other. He has a fire strength of 3. I have a fire strength of 4. So mine first. 4, so it'll be 4 hits. And then he is going to attack me. Fire strength of 3. He gets 5 hits. Okay. So this is simultaneously, so we could technically take each other out if we need to. Okay. So here we go. Fighter damage. First one, so we're going to get 4. So 1, so 23 is an engine. That's helpful. So engine. I do have to roll on an engine hit. I do have to roll. Nope, that's not good. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and roll again. So this will be the second hit. We get 22, which is a canvas hit. Next one, 44, is also a canvas hit. And our last hit, 22, which is a canvas hit. So we got 1 engine hit. Now, hopefully they roll just as bad as I rolled. There we go. Okay, so he gets 5 hits. So the first one, 15 is landing gear. That's not good. That's already a -1. Now, I can't be taken out for landing gear. It will affect my landing. 53 is a starboard strut. So, starboard strut right here. That's 2. This is 3. 62 is another starboard strut. Okay, so this is 334 canvas. That's nice. This is 4. 52 canvas. And their 5th hit, 55, is also a canvas hit. Okay, so that's good. So I got 2 damages on me. Okay, so now we have to roll again. Black dice will be for the Frenchie, and the white dice will be for me, my German. That's not good. So it's +2. Oh, that's no change. So we're going to still shoot at each other. So we battled around in the sky, and we're come back at each other. Okay, so this one will be mine. So I'll get 4 hits, and he gets 4 hits. Okay, so my 4 hits first. Here we go. Oh, by the way, that's 1. That's also 1. Okay. Okay. Okay, so 42 is a port strut for him. Number 2, 21 landing gear for him. It doesn't really matter. Next one is 34, which is a canvas shot. And then this last one here, 36, is a controls. Okay, oh, no agility now. So that takes his agility rating down 1. So he has an 11, I have a 12 for the initiative. That's good. But now he is going to get 4 hits on me. Let's do all canvas hits. 13, starboard strut. Man, this is not good. By the way, he gets another starboard strut. I'm screwed. 16, fuel tank. Oh, no. Oh, It's okay. Fuel tank. I need to roll as long as it's not a 1 or a 12. Woo, 4. Okay. Okay, second hit. 13 is a starboard strut. And that is it for me. Destroyed. There's no survival on any of this. It's just blowing up. So I was shot down in November of 63. Shot down. Okay. You can see how rough this was. Maybe I should have tried to get out or done a defensive move to change things. But hey, it is what it is. You learn. So my other one, I also died pretty quickly as well. But I did get one shot. And then because you still score, even if you get shot down, you still score. But I'll show you here. It's not good. It's bad, as usual, as with most solitaire games in. Let's see. Here we go. Defeat. 0 to 4. I am a disgrace to the air service, your family, and yourself. After the war, you return home. Well, I died, so that won't matter. The game immediately ends regardless of date. Should you be killed or in action? Determine your victory. Based on the total of victories against aircraft, including balloons, your victory level and performance as an ace can be determined. Yep, so no, horrible on that one. So, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I did have fun. It's actually a really fun game. Enjoyed. It's almost as bad as the Hunters, where you can go out for one mission and boom, game's over with. This one, at least I got to shoot down one aircraft. I got to shoot down a Spade 7. Unfortunately, this Spade 7 beat me to it. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time. Talk to you later.